Welcome to Caribbean Kitchen with Siani. We're talking about the channel that gives you knowledge about food preparation and step-by-step instruction. You can't miss. If you like, give it a thumbs up and then share. Welcome back to Caribbean Kitchen with Siani. It is a special weekend. It is my birthday weekend and I have decided to make myself a Oreo cheesecake using the Bain Marie style. That is where I'm going to put the cheesecake in hot water in the oven to bake. In doing this method, it will prevent the cake from cracking. In making a cheesecake, the required baking tin to use is a springform pan where the bottom can be released. However, I will not be using a springform pan. I will be using a regular baking tin. This is because I will be using some of my mixture to make cupcakes. However, the amount of mixture that I will be making is this size pan is a required size, which is a 10-inch. As I said before, I will be using a regular baking tin and it is a 8-inch, and I have greased and lined it with grease paper. Hope it will not be difficult to take out the cake, but let's see what's happened. So to begin, I am going to start with the base of the cake, which is the combination of the cookie crumbs and the butter. What I did was to crush 18 sandwiches of Oreo and separated some of it because I need some of it to go in the cake. Then I melted the butter and added to the cake, to the cookie crumbs. This is not a measured portion. It was just an estimation. The purpose of the butter in the cookie crumbs is to help to form a firm base. So after combining the butter and the cookie crumb, I am going to spread it at the base of the pan. And you can decide how thick you want your base to be. So here we go. We are going to ensure that the base of the baking tin is properly covered. So I am going to use a spoon to go in the sides of the baking tin. What you can do, if the spoon is too difficult for you to use, you can use a straight edge glass and smooth it around the edges. After lining the baking tin with the cookie crumbs, I will be putting it in the fridge for it to set. After you're finished with the cheesecake mixture, then it should be okay for you to use. This water is for the Bain Marie. I will be putting it under low flame, so by the time I'm finished with the mixture, it will be at the suitable temperature. For the cake batter, ensure that all the ingredients are at room temperature. This will prevent the cake from having lumps. Now in the container, I am putting a combination of homemade sour cream and one that I bought at the supermarket. If you are interested in the homemade sour cream, you can leave a message in the comment box and I will make a video on the homemade sour cream. So now I am creaming or mixing the sour cream, and we'll be adding the eggs, one each time, and I will continue to add the eggs until they are all finished. After I am through combining the cream cheese and the sour cream, I am going to set it aside and then mix the butter and the cream cheese together. Remember, these are all at room temperature to prevent lumps. And you do not want to mix it at a high speed. You can do it at 2 or 3, and ensure that each time you mix, you scrape down the sides and the base of the pan so that everything will be properly incorporated. After the butter and the cream cheese are properly combined, then I am going to add the sour cream and the egg mixture. At this point, I did not want to overbeat the mixture, so I started using the hand whisk to combine the remaining ingredients. So I added the sugar and then the cornstarch and the remaining ingredients. For this recipe, it called for lemon zest. However, I did not have the lemon zest, so I just used the lime juice. If you do not have the lemon zest, you can use lime zest. It brings out more flavor in the cake, so it is good if you can get it. Now it was time to add the Oreo, but then I realized that it was too crummy, it was too fine, and I would rather for it to be a little bigger. So if you rather yours fine, it's okay. If you rather it a little bigger, then don't break them so small. The cake batter is almost finished and ready to go in the baking tin, and so should the water for the bain-marie. But first, I am going to pour the cake mixture onto the Oreo base. Now the cake mixture is in the container for the bain-marie, and I am adding the hot water. Be careful when you are pouring the hot water in the container because you don't want to get the water in the cake. And you have to be extra careful putting in the containers in the oven. The cake is placed in a preheated oven. It is baking at 300 Fahrenheit or 184 degrees Celsius. And it will be done for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And here I have a perfect cake, no cracks. What I did, I left it in the oven in the bain-marie until it reaches room temperature. I took it out, put it in the fridge for overnight, and then take it out the following morning or afternoon it was, and do my thing. And now it's time to make the topping. This is 1 cup of whipping cream. I added sugar, vanilla, and a little rum to add more flavor. The sugar, I added it to suit my taste, and you can do the same. If you do not want to add any sugar to your topping, that is fine. You can just mix it as it is and add whichever spice you choose or flavoring. I am going to continue to mix the whipping cream until it forms a firm peak like this. This is right at the right consistency where I can use to do the pattern that I want. Now I'm going to do the big part of the job, is to take this out. Taking out the cake out of the tin was more difficult than I expected. If it were the springform pan, then it would be much easier. I would just pull the sides, but now I have to try to loosen up the sides by spinning the cake vigorously. But I did get it out without breaking, and I'm happy about that. I would advise you to use a springform pan. The only reason was because it was hard to take the cake out of the baking tin, as you could see. To decorate the cake, I am only going to put the whipped cream over the top, and then go around the sides with swirls. I put the Oreo in the freezer for a few hours so that when I was cutting it to use it as decoration, it would not break in places that I did not want it to. So I froze it for about 3 to 4 hours. Then I took it out and cut them in halves. The best flavor of a cheesecake is when it is baked and put away for a period of time. I baked this one on a Friday and I did not cut it until the Sunday. So I got all the flavors coming out that I was looking for. I would like to give the cake a clean cut, so I'm going to dip the cake knife in hot water, get rid of the excess water, and then cut. I would really love for you to leave a comment in the comment box and tell me what do you think about my Oreo cheesecake. Thank you so much for tuning in to Caribbean Kitchen once more, and see you next time. Caribbean Kitchen with Siani.